Good evening. This is my video for the 7.4 assignment, Learning Environments as Related to CEC Standards. I'm Shelley Conrad, and this is for characteristics of individuals with disabilities. Initial preparation programs for educators who are learning to be teachers of special education are guided by the Council for Exceptional Children standards, which provide these institutions of higher learning with mandates for their preparation programs. The standard being used in this paper is standard number 2, which is concerned with learning environments. This paper will use the guidelines in standard 2 to determine how a special educator creates a safe, inclusive, culturally responsive learning environment so that individuals with exceptionalities become active and effective learners and develop emotional well-being, positive social interactions, and self-determination. 3 key elements will be used to discuss creating this type of learning environment. It will be determined that collaborating with other educators and personnel, teaching students with exceptionalities to adapt to different environments, and intervening safely when one of these students is in crisis are all vital ways that special educators create learning environments that are safe, inclusive, and culturally responsive. It is important for special educators to provide a place for learning where students with exceptionalities feel accepted, calm, and cared for. Treating all learners with respect and being sensitive to the cultural diversity of each student and their families is an important way to build a strong rapport with families and create a sense of self-worth for the student. Using culturally responsive pedagogy, which is defined as the employment of instructional strategies and materials that address the different cultural, linguistic, and experiential backgrounds of students taught, is an excellent way to support parents and families and build a positive relationship with them that will carry over into the classroom. At its core, inclusive, responsive teaching practices are the ways teachers thoughtfully design their classrooms, their lessons, and their behaviors in ways that recognize the uniqueness of all students and better prepare them to live in a world of increasing diversity. One way that teachers can do this is by asking parents to come to school and share their culture with the students. Creating a positive environment and practicing strategies to equally distribute attention to students are other ways that teachers of students with exceptionalities can be inclusive and culturally responsive. When teachers make a point to use inclusive practices in their instruction, then the special education classroom will be a positive learning environment. Collaborating with other educators and personnel, teaching students with exceptionalities to adapt to different environments, and intervening safely when one of these students is in crisis are all vital ways that special educators create learning environments that are safe, inclusive, and culturally responsive. This is done by effective communication and collaboration with general educators, related service providers, and family members. Being inclusive and culturally responsive are strategies that must be intentional when providing instruction, communication, and when monitoring for student understanding. CEC says that committed, reflective teachers are those that critically examine practices that effectively reach students with diverse abilities and from diverse backgrounds. Reflecting on and attending to explicit teaching components provides educators with an introspective opportunity to ponder how their values and beliefs in equity and social justices are realized through practice and behavior. Individual backgrounds and cultural diversity should also be considered when teaching social skills. Understanding social relationships in this context is important to generalizing the instruction to a student's daily life and work. Being able to live and work as independently as possible are vital aspects of a person's dignity, and teaching self-advocacy, self-help, community signs, how to respond appropriately when emotional, and even conversation and relationship skills are important. Special educators also teach students how to manage their own behavior, providing a calm down corner, using redirection, and maintaining positive behavior intervention and supports are all ways to positively influence a student's behavior. There are times when a student's behavior is potentially dangerous to himself or others. If other measures are not successful, restraint procedures may need to be used. but only trained professionals may use restraint procedures and must be greatly aware of the importance of the student's safety. When all of these strategies are in place, the student with exceptionalities will be safe, included, and responded to with cultural sensitivity while making progress toward their goals of independent living. Special educators are the blessed ones that get to participate in the success of these students. Even though the day-to-day challenges may be truly difficult, the smallest successes are the greatest rewards. Thank you.